Hi, Internet viewers. Frank Rauscher again. The last video that we did, we marked all of the breast and the neck area here out, and we went from smaller feathers to a larger one about midway, and then we reduced it down. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera down so that you could see. We had put a line in the neck area here. I think it was about an inch down from the beak, and then it arced. And in that location there, that's where we're going to burn from the beak down, and then we're going to relieve it so we have more definition. So let me show you how to do that, and I'll move the camera down and you can see how we do it. Okay, we're back. And as I pointed it out to you before, about an inch down from the beak, I put a dot, and we have like a center line going through the head here. So I'm going to arc it around here. And it's a real light line. That's just a reference line. We're not going to do anything with it other than burn so far down, and then we're going to relieve. Well, from below this line, I'm going to actually show you how to undercut and lift each feather and how I do it, and then we'll show you how to treat it after that, okay? But we want to get some lift out of it. So what I'm going to use, I have a diamond bullet shaped bit that I'm going to use on here. And I like the point because it allows me to undercut right along the line. And I'll show you how to do all this, okay? So here's what I do. I'll pick this feather right here. Hope you can see that well. I'm going to undercut just ever so slightly. I'm not going crazy. And I just outline the feather like that. And if I happen to blow away the pencil line, no big deal. What we could do afterwards, and I'll show you how to do that, is just go back and put it in again so you know where you are boundary-wise. But if you get a little smaller, a little bigger along the way, and your bit slips slightly, don't worry about that too much. Just make sure you're sort of trying to maintain the feather size. And you can see I'm not going deep on that. I hope you can see that well. I'm going to move that up here. And I'm just coming around here. Another way to do this too is I have a ball-shaped diamond. It's a small one, and you could utilize that too. That's another way where you just, it's a real small diamond, and what you do is you just run it around on the line just like this. I just happen, when you tend to use the bullet shape, it wants to widen a little bit as you spin around. So you can get a sharp point here, but when you come this way, you tend to get it wide, and I'll show you in a minute here. Well, that one wasn't the one that's going to do it, but, and you got to be consistent here too. And so, again, because I've done it so often, I can make this process look easy. I always would recommend, if you're doing it for the first time, you may want to practice some of these steps, you know what I mean, before you jump into it. And if you mess up, you can always sand it out again and do it again. So don't feel as though you got to be perfect on all of it. And the way I operate, I was actually getting into other real good carvers videos, and when they texture, I noticed, which is what we're going to do here in a minute, I'm just going to start marking some of these feathers out, but I'm trying to give you a flavor on how I do this. And you're going to do that all the way down, okay? But I'm not going to try to get everything done in front of you here. I'm going to do it off camera, but I'm going to give you the basics of how to do this, okay? I'm going to do a couple more here. Now, let's stop right there. Now, a lot of these are saying, okay, you sort of lost your outline. So, whoop, you don't want to do that. You want to come in with a sharp pencil and then come around and put your pencil mark back, okay? This is probably the smartest way of doing it. I don't have these real deep. Now, for some people, you may want to go deeper, and you have a choice to do that too, okay? You can try that. I'm looking for a soft look in the breast, so I don't go as deep. But if you seem to have a heavier hand and you go a little deeper, don't worry about it. That is not going to change anything, okay? Some people like to lift the feathers more, and they're a little more showier. I find that sometimes I want a softness with the feathers. So what I'm doing is just going around outlining the feathers, okay? At least a few of them here. Now, I'm going to grab what I call my optivisor, which is this guy here, and I wear these, and it helps me see better, okay? Especially when you're doing fine work. So you may not see me on the screen, but I have it on now. Now, here's what I want to do. I have all these C's in here, and I put the pencil back in on most of them, not all of them. But you want to relieve all of these all the way on down. Then you're going to come back with the bullet, and we'll say like this feather right here, I'm going to go back on the C really light and soften. You get like a double edge when you track around here. You get an edge on this side and an edge on that side. Well, inside the feather, I just want you to soften it a little bit, just like that. And here's another one here. I'm just going to come around and soften it. Just getting the point in and just having it sort of like dip a little bit, just slightly. Okay, just to make it flow. And when you do that sometime, you lose some of your pencil line again. So, but here we go here. I'll do a couple more so you can see it. And now, I'm going to reverse this. Now, we'll take like this feather right here. I'm going to mark this out so you can see it some more. Here's what I did. I softened this end down here. You have this other feather over here and this other feather over here. And everything, we did the back end like this. Remember, we softened that out like that. So we have it dipping down on this point here. The front end, which is everything that's in front of the C here, this here portion, I'm just going to soften that too, just local to the line work. Okay, so what it ends up is We have it rolling down in the front. We have it rolling down in the back. And that's the trick you're trying to do. You're trying to come in here, and on the top ones, you're rolling this down slightly, so it looks like it's dipping in. And on the bottom, you're softening it so it goes around. So it looks like it's has a roll to it. From the front of the feather to the back of the feather, you have a roll. So, and I'm only doing this slightly, okay? So what I want you to do is do this to every one except the ones that are in front of this line going up to the beak. So if you would do all of this, and I'll have this done on the next video, and then I'll show you how to texture this, and I'll show you how to texture the front end of this where it's above the line. Okay, so I hope you got something out of this. And again, make sure you get your pencil in there. You could probably go a little bit deeper. I'm getting a little chintzy on the depth of cut, maybe a little bit more. Okay, and you could go back in and redo this again, and I may just lean a little bit more. And let me see if I can find one here for you. I got so many bits, and I never seem to want to find what I want. But anyway, here it is. Here's a ball, and that's this one here, and it's really minute, as you can see. And let me show you. I'm going to put this in, and I'll do a couple with the ball as well. So if you guys prefer not using the bullet, you could use the ball. And the ball, I'm going to do some down here. What you do is you lay that down, and you track it around, and it gives you a nice cut in there. Okay, so for some of you, you got to make sure you got control so that the ball doesn't go running on you. So find out which one may satisfy you. If you have the bit, try it. If not, try the bullet. And even the flame tip ruby that I use in other videos, you could utilize that too. As long as you get the point in there. This happens to be with the ball. So try a couple of them. See what you like. See what you feel as though you have more control with. And then go ahead and you can't use the ball to lower this. You would definitely need either, I would recommend the bullet. Okay, to take the front end down and the back end soften either way, so that you have like a rollover on each feather. So try this. I'll see you on the next video. If you enjoy this and you get something out of it, I would ask you to please give me a thumbs up. And if you can subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate that too. That would help me out greatly. And I'll see you on the next video, and we will start texturing the breast area. So see you then, and thanks again. Bye now.